The long-awaited and controversial Malcolm X opens at theaters around the country today. The movie, which runs 3.5 hours, focuses on the life of the black Muslim leader. KCTV's Reed Black watched as moviegoers arrived at the Bannister Square Theater. Reed, what kind of thoughts of a turnout have you seen so far there?
There's been a good turnout. After all, it is noon on a weekday, but the parking lot here is filling up. And in a second, we'll look at some pictures we took a little bit earlier inside. As you said, the long-awaited movie by director Spike Lee did just open about 10 minutes ago at this theater at 435 in Bannister on 2 separate screens. Viewers may wonder, was the theater packed? Well, these pictures shot about an hour ago as people waited in line. More have arrived since. Another question, are kids skipping school to see the film? Little evidence of that here. Several high schools we checked with also reported nothing abnormal about attendance today. What is noticeable today is the conviction of the moviegoers. Malcolm X is clearly a film that many people have decided will be important even before they actually see it.
The situation of what's happening to a light and have everybody aware of what's going on.
Kind of helps give understand of if cultural differences. They have insight that, we all have some similarities, but also some differences, culturally.
I've got my son out of school because I think he'd get more education here today than he would in school. I think it's high time.
It would be better if a lot of kids read the book first instead of coming to see the movie, but I advise all of them to come see the movie. All races to come see the movie.
Now, Malcolm X is opening at 9 different theaters in the Kansas City area today. As you noted, it's a 3-hour and 21-minute movie. We'll be here all day long. And on our 5 o'clock news this evening, we're going to talk to some of those same people we interviewed going in to see what they're thinking coming out of Malcolm X. Stan, Lily?
Thank you very much, Reed. It is one of the hottest tickets around today. Spike Lee's Malcolm X is opening today. And with us is critic John Tibbetts. You talked with Spike Lee and saw the movie long before today. What did you think?
Well, it's happening. He wanted people to get to the theaters. He wanted more about black history being available to the kids, especially. I like the film, but it's like a mattress. It's lumpy. It's uneven. Static at times, exciting at others, not consistent. But yes, I talked to Spike. Let's see what he has to say about Malcolm X.
What's your name?
Malcolm Little.
No. That's the name of the slave masters who own your family. You don't even know who you are. Who are you?
They don't know who Malcolm X is. I don't think it's something we could really put the blame on the educational system. It is the job of the parents. It is the job of African-American parents to pass this history down.
Roseland! The zoot suits. Have you kind of always wanted to slip into one of those?
Yeah, and I took it out of the closet and wore it at Halloween. October.
You mean it's a Halloween costume now?
It was for me.
What's the connotation of the zoot suit, though, in the perspective of black history now? Well, what did it mean in the 40s?
You were hip. Yeah. You were down, and Malcolm, a big part of that early part of the book, Malcolm talks about that first zoot suit he had. So we made a note of that. We wanted to showcase it during the flying home sequence. We had a big jitterbug scene.
Now, you make a point, however, in the movie that the zoot suit is one of the things that will be discarded by Malcolm. It's almost as if you see a creature shedding his skin throughout the picture. Is that a fair comparison?
Butterfly. Metamorphosis.
Exactly.
Evolvement.
As you look at to the Kansas City audiences out there, and the school kids and the teachers, and I'm one, what is your message when this movie opens? What is your definitive message about getting out to see this picture? Do you want them to do it on a school day?
First of all, I never told young black America to just play hooky and drop out of school and forget about your education and just see this film. I hope people do go see the film. I hope this film prompts people to read the book, to read the autobiography of Malcolm X, if they've not already read it, and just try to, if they can, apply that same fervor that Malcolm had to education to their own lives.
In short, would you like the evolutionary process to be ours as viewers as well? We evolved from seeing this picture.
Yes, I think that all of us could become better people if we have a more thorough knowledge of Malcolm X, because when you look at Malcolm X, his life, you're looking at American history, and you're also looking at the African-American experience in this country.
It's an uneven film, but it's an important film. But as an entertainment article, out of 4 stars, 2.5.
It's going to be big. It's going to be around for a while. Thanks
It
a
will
lot,
indeed.
John. Great.